It's Friday. It's Mark Pyers. It's Real Talk.
I was walking down the road today, looking for another way
to ease my mind
and help my living.
It's Real Talk. It's the daily variety show, Mark Pyers' Real Talk. I'm here to help you make smarter moves, to amplify your current state. And I'm here with you on Friday, day 396 in a row of the Real Talk program. Here to amp you up, here to pump you up, and I'm going to share something exclusive to you today. This is the new Faceswap Fridays. That's what I'm calling it, okay? I figured out, I have the software now where I can just use my celebrity impressions to my benefit. And I can just take a picture of somebody and then all of a sudden it looks like it's them saying it. And since my impressions are pretty good, it sounds like it's really them saying it. Well, I created one that I want to share with you guys. This is the debut of it. We did What About Bob the other day. We did some Scarface. You may have seen that Scarface bit. But this one, we have an appearance by none other than Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil threatens the United States of America. I think we need to watch this one now. It's very important. So I'm just going to play it, guys. Just beware. He's threatening us. And I don't know where this clip came from. I'm having a feeling this may be a coming soon type of thing. Maybe we're going to see this in the theaters this summer. I don't know. Check this out. Let's see what you think.
This is Dr. Evil. I have a proposal for you. You have 24 hours to pay me $10 billion, or I will strike every major city with our hypersonic laser. What say you? Well, the United States of Trump does not negotiate with terrorists. I'm sorry, Dr. Evil. Do you have another proposal? Maybe I can buy the laser from you. How about that? Huh? Trump will buy it from you. But that's not on the table. I'm freaking Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil. Obviously, you've never read The Art of the Deal by yours truly. Trump always wins. Big league. I'll buy the laser. That's it. Or you can laser your eyebrows off. Whatever. I don't really care. And I win big league. Read The Art of the Deal. Call me back. Bye. I don't agree. Hello? Did he just hang up on Dr. Evil. He just hung up on me. What the
So that just showed up today on my front doorstep. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. I had to play it for you. That's what I'm here to do. If I get something and it's delivered to me, I got to share it with you. I don't know where that content came from. No, but seriously, this is Swap Fridays, okay? We're going to start doing stuff. You're going to just have random clips from movies that I create in my mind. And I just want you guys to beware. These things take me literally no time at all. That what took me no time to do. I thought about it. I was like, how funny would it be if Dr. Evil was making demands from the United States of America? And then all of a sudden you see this like short delay of just Dr. Evil. And all of a sudden, boom, there's Donald Trump. Like just a brilliant little piece of content. But I like the end, especially when he gets pissed off that that Trump hung up on him. Hey, the planted. What's going on, man? I see everything sideways on Instagram. I don't know if you realize this, but I've been filming Instagram since day 318. We're at day 396 today. My name is Mark Pyers. Officially, this is day 396. We're going to be rocking out on the BeatSeat today. That's my invention over there.
This is Dr. Evil.
Wait a second.
I have a proposal for you. You have 24 hours to pay me $10 billion, or I will strike every major city
I'm gonna get you
with
guys
our
sick of it.
hypersonic laser. What say you? Well, the United States of Trump does not negotiate with terrorists. I'm sorry, Dr. Evil. Do you have another proposal? Maybe I can buy the laser from you. How about that? Huh? Trump will buy it from you. But that's not on the table. I'm freaking Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil. Obviously, you've never read The Art of the Deal by yours truly. Trump always wins. Big league. I'll buy the laser. That's it. Or you can laser your eyebrows off. Whatever. I don't really care. And I win big league. Read The Art of the Deal. Call me back. Bye. I don't agree. Hello? Did he just hang up on Dr. Evil. He just hung up on me. What the
That's not bad, guys. That's really not that bad. So anyway, that's one in the books. I'm going to drop that later on YouTube. But I wanted to incorporate it into the show. This show is ever evolving now that we have the ability to do face swaps. I'm rocking in like Gary V. Like, here's the other one you guys are going to hear today. Check this out.
Guys, what's up? Real quick, it's Gary V crushing it. Just wanted to tell you this other quote I found on the Mark Pyers Real Talk page I thought was really cool. Kindness pays a different type of currency. It's absolutely crushing it. This is...
Really? I mean, that's the greatest thing in the world, to be able to take somebody that is out there killing it and have them say my content. And I just thought of it yesterday. I was like, you know what? I'm doing all these voices. Why don't I just have all of these quotes I've been rocking out there? Like when someone says you can't, smile and thank them for the fuel. But it sounds different when you see Gary V up there. He's like, hey guys, what's up? Gary V, just crushing it. Just wanted to tell you about this quote. I saw it on Mark Pyers Real Talk page. Really cool, guys. Check it out. It's when someone says you can't, smile and thank them for the fuel. To use that fuel, guys, you got to use crushing it. You know, I mean, look, it's one of the things I've always liked music. I hear things and I go for them. Hey, it's Grant Cardone. What's up, guys? I hope you're 10Xing it today. You got to go out there and 10X. All these things, I just hear their voices in my, I could just, it's like Christopher Walken. Guys, it's crazy. You come down to my studio, you bound to have a good time because we talk crazy, like Christopher Walken. Because if you really go slow, like walking, if you really go slow, that's the thing. Sometimes I'll do walking and people are like, nah, it's good. The tone is there, but you're going a little quick. Because walking, take his time. Wow. Sam, I want to tell you a story about a man. Young man. Came out of college with a degree in microbiology. Oh no, microbiology would be so difficult. Well, I don't know. What I'm just saying is walking is slow. Sometimes I'm just a little too excited to go slow with walking. Anyway, listen, it's Friday, guys. I hope you're getting into some stuff. I got a weekend ahead of me. I'm hoping to have some real estate activity. If anybody wants to go out there and buy or sell a house this weekend, I got availability, so let me know. And, I built another BeatSeat last night. I dropped it off in the city today. This is kind of crazy. So I went down to the city to drop off this BeatSeat for our director of sales. Hey, patience. And here's the issue. I'm driving down, and I'm trying to figure out where we're meeting again. I think it was 86th or 87th Street and Broadway. So I'm like, let me just take a quick peek. I'm at a light. Look, all of a sudden I see a cop pull up next to me. Oh my goodness. So I pull over. Now here's the double. Like, I didn't realize when you're getting off the West Side Highway, there are these signs that tell you got to do X, Y, or Z. I don't drive down to the city that often. So I did two things illegally. I didn't realize. I missed this sign and I did something incorrect. So he was going to pull me over for that anyway. He was like, look, I was going to pull you over, but then we're up behind you at the light and I see you pick up your phone. Were you texting someone? Were you calling someone? I'm like, no, I'm going to meet my director of operations. You see, I have 3 BeatSeats in the back right now. He's like, what's the BeatSeat? I'm like, well, it's what I invented. It's the drum you play with your hands and feet. I said, it is the first drum for guitar players. And unfortunately, I'm not from the city. You could see from my Connecticut license plates that I really don't, travel down here very often. And I'm here for a need today, and I'm so sorry. I know I did something wrong. I'll suffer the consequences. I'm one to say, if you stand in front of a police officer especially, and you say, look, I'm accountable for my actions. I did something wrong. Write me a ticket. So he came back about 15 minutes later. I feel bad because I'm trying to meet Georgetta around the corner. And he says, look, I'm just going to give you a warning over on the missing the sign thing. He's like, but the cell phone, he's like, that's a huge problem for us. And I said, you know what? It's fine. I did something wrong. Absolutely. Give me my ticket. So he said, look, you can dispute it. I'm like, what is there to dispute? You're not supposed to use it. And I picked it up. I shouldn't have done it. It's my fault. You happened to see me do it too. I'm like right in his face. I'm like, oh, let me see where am I meeting again? So get myself a ticket in New York City, drop off a BeatSeat. And I'm thinking to myself, geez, this is how my day is going to get started. Because I drove down, basically my whole morning was between getting paperwork, everything together to drop off with the BeatSeat, and then getting down to the city. It's just like traffic, everything. So it was a long ordeal to get there. And once you go through all that and then you have pulled over with a ticket, I'm like, geez, is this the beginning of one of those days, And I refused to let that happen. So I almost forgot about it. I got the ticket, just folded it up, put it in my wallet. I'm like, okay, terrible. It's horrible that I got a ticket for cell phone use. And it wasn't even I wasn't driving looking at it. But I'm also not going to say that I haven't ever done that either. But I was just sitting at a light, and still, that's just as bad. So I get the ticket, and I'm like, oh, man, this is terrible. So I went see Georgetta, and this is the coolest thing. So last week, we came out with the newest version of a BeatSeat, which is a sunburst version. I don't know if you guys saw this. This is our typical mahogany version. I picked it up from someone today. It's just that I had it out on loan for. And that's our typical. And last week, we determined, I think as a guitar player, for having the first drum for guitar players, it should look like a guitar. So if you go to BeatSeat.rocks right now, you'll see our sunburst BeatSeat. So once I completed the first BeatSeat, threw it online, Georgetta, again, our director of sales, she was like, oh my goodness, I'm in love with that. I'm obsessed with the sunburst BeatSeat. Now the takeaway is I had just built her a BeatSeat the day before all that lacquer arrived for me to build that sunburst. I built her this gorgeous BeatSeat. It had like really nice feathered pattern on the side, and it had an oak snare, so it was like a really high-end BeatSeat. Finished it off, ready to deliver it to her, and when she said to me, I love that sunburst BeatSeat, I'm obsessed, I didn't ignore it. I just pretended I didn't see it. It was so funny. Like 3 days go by, 4 days go by. And so I showed up today, and we had a nice conference call together, and I put her BeatSeat up there. I'm like, look at what you're getting. I just finished this for you. And she's like, I'm so excited, so excited. And then the next day, the sunburst, I got it all done within a day of each other. So anyway, so I show up today, and as I wait for it to arrive, remember, I drove down in traffic, dealt with this crappy morning. I pull up, get pulled over by a cop, get a ticket, pull up there, and I actually have a surprise. So I bring the paperwork to Georgetta, and as I walk her over to the car, I'm like, you thought I ignored you. I said, I listened to you, and I have a surprise for you. And so I pull out of my car the singer-songwriter version of a sunburst BeatSeat for Georgetta. And she was like, oh my goodness, the sunburst BeatSeat. And like the smile on her face took away that whole horrible experience of getting the ticket, having all the traffic, coming down, dealing with all of that, the stress, the negativity. That one smile, that the surprise of a new BeatSeat, not just the BeatSeat, but the sunburst BeatSeat that she thought I ignored when she said, I'm obsessed with that model. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. I wish I had a sunburst BeatSeat. I'm like, no, I just built you like a $500 gorgeous BeatSeat. I'll sell that to somebody else. So now she's got this gorgeous sunburst BeatSeat. She actually posted something. I want you guys to do me a favor. Go over to Instagram when you can. We created a brand new BeatSeat page for the Instagram page. Georgetta's kind of running that one. It's the BeatSeat Drum. So just go over there and follow us over there. Georgetta's been doing a great job posting content, and there's a picture of her sitting on the new BeatSeat. If you guys want to check it out, I'm going to drop it up here on Facebook, Instagram, everything else, probably later this evening, because I've got another show to do later. Not the show I'm not doing a Friday night for you guys. I just have my other show to do after this. And a couple people know what that means. I talked about this yesterday, and it's kind of why I thought about this whole Dr. Evil thing. But I said, Real Talk is like Austin Powers, okay? But there are people in the world who would never watch Austin Powers, never watch Real Talk. They are not positives. They are negatives, or they like, dark comedy or comedy. Comedy has a fine line between negative and positive. You could find people who are killing it in positivity on a comedic level, and then a lot of stuff is bringing you down. It's because there's a torment with the artist. But still, if you could find the positivity in the art of laughter and of comedy, and then somehow tie it into Real Talk, this is where my mind has been going for the last month now since I started this side project. And this is the culmination of why you're seeing all these things. Like when I turn this on, I'm going to play it one more time because we actually have some people on. I want you guys to see what we're doing here. Or you know what? Next time I see the level pop up, I'm going to drop this on for you guys to see. But basically, I'm doing all this Faceswap stuff for this other channel. The other channel is intended to draw in people who would never, ever tune into Real Talk. They're just not Real Talk people, but they are Faceswap people. I'm not going to tell you the name of this other show because it seems offensive. It's not, but it's just a brilliant name that I came up with like 7 years ago, and I'm running with it. I'm running with it. Now, I'm not doing it every day. Like, I go live like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. But in general, it's something that needs to happen. So this is kind of a piece of it. I got a couple people on right now, so I'll play it. Check this out. This is Dr. Evil threatening the United States of America. And I think we have to look at this closely, guys, and think about if you want someone in charge who's going to be pushed around. Just that's all I'm saying.
This is Dr. Evil. I have a proposal for you. You have 24 hours to pay me $10 billion, or I will strike every major city with our hypersonic laser. What say you? Well, the United States of Trump does not negotiate with terrorists. I'm sorry, Dr. Evil. Do you have another proposal? Maybe I can buy the laser from you. How about that? Huh? Trump will buy it from you. But that's not on the table. I'm freaking Dr. Evil. Dr. Evil. Obviously, you've never read The Art of the Deal by yours truly. Trump always wins. Big league. I'll buy the laser. That's it. Or you can laser your eyebrows off. Whatever. I don't really care. And I win big league. Read The Art of the Deal. Call me back. Bye. I don't agree. Hello? Did he just hung up on Dr. Evil. He just hung up on me. What the
Are you serious, guys? I mean, come on. That end where he's about to swear. I mean, that was the cherry on the top when I was putting it together. I was like, holy cow, what the... You know, like, oh, man. So this is the part of the show that now is starting to tie into Real Talk. We're already starting to do it. I'm already building a following on this other show, and I just started an Instagram page like a week ago. It's amazing how much more views and interest I'm getting for this character and for all this content I'm creating on the side than I get for Real Talk. And I understand the reason why. You've got a million people out there that are out there trying to do some sort of Real Talk. They're out there trying to inspire or motivate. How do you figure out who you're going to tune into? But again, how many of them are going over and making people laugh and smile and creating content that can bring people together and laugh in a moment like we're living today? That is something that doesn't exist. And then that never existed in the history of time. We're playing on that every day. So
This
guys,
is Dr. Evil.
it's Dr. Evil, guys. Do you understand what's going on here? This is the most unique variety show on the planet. There's nothing else like this. If you're not tuning in yet, I'm sorry. And if you are, thank you. Cross, my man, is on. And Phil and Patience and the people who come on here every day, I love you guys. This show is about us right now. If anybody else wants to join us, good for them. They're going to have some fun. This show is just straight energy every day for 396 days. I love being here with you. It's what keeps the light in my life bright. And if you know, look, if it winds up being something where I continue to add more stuff like this, good. It should evolve. It shouldn't just be, oh, well, Mark spoke for 2 hours today straight on the topic of, you know what I mean? Like, I should be surprising you. If you know what I'm going to do every day, then you definitely shouldn't be tuning in. And if you do, then you got one up on me, because I have no idea what I'm going to do every day. I didn't know I was going to wake up today and create an idea of doing Dr. Evil versus Donald Trump. Where the heck did that come from? Well, I'll tell you where it came from. I started thinking about how I'm creating a show that's like Austin Powers and Dr. Evil. 2 different people, 2 different concepts, 2 different sets of content. And one day in the near future, distant future, the people over here and the ones over here will meet. And some of them will say, what? Mark Pyers is... And the people over here will be like, wait, this guy Mark Pyers and not who we thought? It's a character. Created a character because I can't say some of the things that I want to say in a jestful manner in this society. People are too sensitive. I'm not trying to turn people off. I'm trying to entertain you. I'm trying to let you know that it's okay to explore what you're feeling. It's okay to say stuff if somebody else doesn't like it. And the kind of fine line is I can't do some of the real stuff I want to do, like the full force, Like, I brought in a Dr. Evil and Trump thing today, but people are so anti the guy, it's ridiculous that you can't even have a conversation with about somebody. And there are somebody who will get upset that I'm even doing a Trump impression. And maybe they will boycott Real Talk. I'm not trying to get anything like that to happen. I think everybody's on the table. Last week I did Bernie Sanders, and my friend wrote me a message, no, not him. Anybody but him. Do Trump, do Biden, do whatever, but not him. And it actually bothered me when I heard that. Like, oh, wait a second, that guy's off limits? And my response was very simple. On this platform, everybody's on the table. Everybody's on the chopping block. I love Gary Vee. I'm doing things with... Hey guys, it's Gary Vee.
Guys, what's up real quick? It's Gary Vee crushing it. Just wanted to tell you this other quote I found on the Mark Pyers Real Talk page I thought was really cool. Kindness pays a different type of currency. It's absolutely crushing it.
I mean, seriously, guys, this is just ever flowing into something new, you know? And I'm just going to take every one of my quotes and now just take a picture of Grant Cardone and I'm going to rock one out that way. You know what I mean? Hey guys, it's Grant. Just got another Real Talk quote for you. Everybody's a nobody till there's somebody. That's a Mark Pyers quote. Check it out. You got to go out and check this guy out. I mean, really? It's got to happen. It's 2020. I finally have the technology in order to create stuff like the Dr. Evil thing. And if you saw the What About Bob thing we did yesterday. So, like I said, I think part of this show is every evening before I go to sleep or whatever, I'm going to create a piece of content for the Real Talk show. So every day you're like, what movie is he going to do today? What song is he going to play today on the BeatSeat? What topics is he going to talk about on the show? This show should get you excited to watch it every day. What's going to happen next? Well, the one thing you do know is definitely going to happen next is I will be here. I will continue to show up with you. Let me shut that off. I'll continue to show up with you. And we're going to continue to drive towards fresh material. Let's get into the news. What do you think? You know what? I want to put this on for the news today. I got some good news for you guys. Let's see. Oh, those all dropped out. I don't like it. Well, you know what? Here we go. China has to feed 50 million people now on lockdown. China, it has to feed 50 million people. They've placed the entire country on lockdown. Beijing, have they? Is it that many or just the area? I think it may be just the area of Wuhan. Oh, guys, that's the one I forgot to upload. Oh, man. Is there a way I could do this? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut this off real quick, guys. Because there's nobody on Insta right now. I'm just going to shut this off. I'm going to share it. I'm going to try to upload this thing to Dropbox. You guys need to hear one more thing. I put this together yesterday, and it's quite funny. Let me see. I may have to first edit it. Let's see. Draft that. Guys, this is how quick things work. I just want to show you something here. Ready? I made this one. It's going to make me... It made me laugh last night when I did this, okay? Hold on. Oh, it's right here. I already did this. Hold on. So I did... You guys remember a show back in the day, Unsolved Mysteries? That was one of my favorite shows when I was a kid, but it used to freak me out. I used to really get freaked out by Unsolved Mysteries. Well, it doesn't freak me out anymore. And so I created a character on Robert Stack. And basically, Robert Stack has now gone into the future. I'm going to just write this in, Robert Stack. Robert Stack, when he passed away, they cryogenically froze his head, okay, and his brain. And sometime in the future, guys, they're going to figure out how to bring people back when they are cryogenically frozen. Now, this is what happened. Robert Stack has come back. Okay? Not meaning to rhyme. He literally has come back. Okay? And hold on, let me bring us back into there we go. Bring us back into YouTube or Instagram again. Let's see if we can go live again, get people in. People, we're back. Sorry about that. I had to do something quickly, but you will be very happy that I did it, okay? So anyway, I'm going to tell you this story, and at the same time, I'm going to upload something here so you guys can be like, what? Because it's completely insane. This is it right here. I'm going to do it anyway. Hold on a second. I'm going to switch it out for you. Give me one sec. So this was probably one of the funniest things I've done. Or it's not even funny. It's just kind of half creepy, but it scares me in a way. All right, here it is. So we know what's going on with the coronavirus. Watch this.
This is Dr.
That's not the one. This is it.
January 11th, 2020. A small village in China called Wuhan. There's an outbreak of epic proportions. Was it SARS? The Spanish flu? No. All this and more. The next Unsolved Mystery.
I used to love that show. And I don't think anybody's ever done a Robert Stack impression besides me. I used to do them all the time, and I'm like, you know what? Now I can take a picture of the guy and make it seem like I'm Robert Stack. But anyway, how funny would it be? The concept again, Robert Stack, head was frozen cryogenically when he passed away. Somewhere in the future, like 2167, they figure out how to bring people back. Robert Stack comes back in one of the Unsolved Mysteries episodes because he brings the show back. In 2150, the Unsolved Mystery shows come back, and we get this. This is
January 11th, 2020. A small village in China called Wuhan. There's an outbreak of epic proportions. Was it SARS? The Spanish flu? No. All this and more. The next Unsolved Mystery.
That's what I'm talking about, guys. Robert Stack in the house. So let's get back to the news. I just wanted to share that with you, though. It's another funny thing that's, again, it needed to be part of the show today. It's Friday Faceswap, okay? Faceswap Fridays. So carrying permits demanding fast passage, truck drivers rushed a 560-ton shipment of disinfectant from eastern China to Wuhan, the locked down city of 11 million people at the center of a vast effort to contain a new viral disease. Outside the metropolis in central China, the cargo was shifted to local trucks with drivers in masks and protective suits, part of a tightly controlled flow of food and other supplies through checkpoints that have blocked most access to Wuhan since January 23rd. As global anxiety about the new virus rises, authorities have blocked 50 million people from leaving Wuhan and nearby cities at the center of the outbreak. That, in turn, requires a massive effort to keep them supplied with food and other necessities. Wuhan was not an isolated... Well, I guess that's the end of the story. All right, thanks. And then they bring us to another thing, but I'll move on. Let's see what else we got here. I don't know what they're showing me here. It's a funny lady up there. All right, so Fukushima. You guys remember this? Basically, the reactors, we had that issue, and I don't know. I want to read this. I just saw it. I was like, this doesn't seem right to me. So basically, Japan panel, they had a panel in Japan, guys. The panel came together, and this is what they came back with. The Fukushima water, I think we should just release it into the sea. That's probably the best option, all that radioactive water. Let's just release it into the sea. I think that's the best option. That's what this says. Can you read that? Fukushima water release to sea is best option. Now, it just seems silly to me. Let's read it. Let's see. A Japanese government panel on Friday roughly accepted a draft proposal for releasing into the sea massive amounts of radioactive water now being stored at the tsunami-wrecked Fukushima nuclear plant. The Economy and Industry of Ministry's draft proposal said releasing the water gradually into the sea was the safest, more feasible method, though evaporation was also a proven method used after the 1979 Three Mile Island accident. The proposal is coming weeks. The proposal's coming in weeks, and it will be submitted to the government for further discussion to decide when and how the water should be released. Nearly 9 years after 2011 meltdowns of 3 reactor cores at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant, it was a small step toward deciding what to do with the water and follows the expert recommendations. It's kind of crazy. That's been 9 years, guys. I cannot believe that. My daughter's 10, so it's right when she was born, essentially, like a couple months later. It is meant to solve a growing problem for the plant's operator stuck between limited storage space for the water and imminent backlash from the public and possibly neighboring countries. basically, they're going to be releasing this water back into the sea, guys. I don't know how that affects us. How does that affect us on the other side of the world? How long before it starts killing wildlife and you start seeing fish with 7 eyes? Because it's probably bound to happen. Oh, look at this. All right. We should put Fukushima's recovery before anything else, said Takahama Morita at the National Research Institute of Fisheries Science. Fisheries, that's what I wanted to know about. Let's see what he has to say. Local fishermen and residents cannot accept a release of the water unless Fukushima's recovery makes more progress, Morita said. Demand for Fukushima's fish has only recovered to less than 1/5 of levels before the accident, even though almost all fish from the area meet safety standards. That's interesting. The report acknowledges the water releases would harm industries that still face reluctant consumers despite diligent safety checks and concerns. Let's see what else they have here. It's kind of a bland story from here on out, guys. I just thought it... Okay, here we go. TEPCO currently stores about 1.2 million tons of radioactive water and only has space to hold up to 1.37 million tons. Or until the summer of 2022, the water leakage of the contaminated cooling water from the reactors mixed with groundwater has accumulated since the accident. So, look, I do not understand any of this. I'm not a scientist. I just wanted you guys to know they're going to be releasing this water into the ocean. And it may start in the sea over there, and it may eventually find its way to us with 9 fish with ears on their faces and stuff. You know, you start seeing random stuff. Human ear on fish. National Enquirer stuff. Let's see what else we got, guys. This is probably one of the coolest stories. Actually, I'm going to move this one up because I'm really excited to tell the last story of the day. So this is kind of crazy, guys. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, no, I got it here. So these are 2 stories from astrophysicists. This one is wild. Okay, that's what they're saying here. Where is it? This is wild. Astrophysicists can see stars twisting space and time. A pair of extremely fast stars locked in a shared orbit have let scientists measure naturally occurring frame dragging for the first time. Frame dragging is a consequence of general relativity, and studying it could help scientists understand subatomic particle bonds and more. The special binary system is so fast that it produces measurable results over a much shorter time. A team of astrophysicists from around the world has been following an unusual pair of spinning stars for almost 20 years. And now they say the binary system is persuasive in evidence of frame dragging. In a new paper in Science, the researchers say the white dwarf and neutron star that spin extremely fast together form an edge case to demonstrate relativity. Relativity frame dragging is an offshoot of Einstein's general theory of relativity, the idea that individual objects in a curvature of space-time cause changes within that space-time. Where scientists observe that objects with energy can cause space-time to bend and bunch in order to absorb the extra energy. It's a lot to take in, guys. In this case, the special binary system is so forceful, it's sped up and the effects are more visible to scientists. The system, named PSR J1141-6545, is made of 2 stars. One is a white dwarf, the size of Earth, but 300,000 times its density. The other is a neutron star, which, while only 20 kilometers in diameter, is about 100 billion times the density of Earth. How do they find that out? How do they know how dense a planet is from 700 million light years away? Oh, we measured it. We brought our scale and put it under, like, tell me, how do you know how dense that star is? Oh, it's got a color to it. Well, maybe, I don't know. You guys tell me. I want to know. Someone who's out there, I'm going to call my genius scientist friend and ask him how the heck they know that stuff. He told me once they know when there's planets that have, if they're Mercury-based or if they have any sort of atmosphere based on the color. They do something about color. So anyway, guys, I don't know. It seems like Einstein knew what he was talking about. That's what it sounds like over here. My final story of the day, and I'm very excited to tell you guys this one because we may be onto something. astrophysicist says he knows how to build a time machine. Now, I'm intrigued. As soon as I hear the word time machine, I've always been into that type of stuff. Just the idea that someone may have already come back, or maybe one day will have the ability to. Now, the thing is, like, someone probably would have come back already if they were able to do this. But let's see what they say. Astrophysicist Ron Mallett believes he's found a way to travel back in time, theoretically. The tenured University of Connecticut. Oh, he's right here in Connecticut, guys. I may have to get him on Real Talk. Ooh, I wonder if he'd come on to talk about his time machine. All right, that's a get. I'm going to try to get this dude. Astrophysicist Ron Mallett believes he's found a way to travel back in time, theoretically. The tenured University of Connecticut physics professor recently told CNN that he's written a scientific equation that could serve as the foundation for an actual time machine. That's pretty sick, right? He's even built a prototype device to illustrate a key component of his theory, though Mallett's peers remain unconvinced that his time machine will ever come to fruition. To understand Mallett's machine, you need to know the basics of Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity, which states that time accelerates or decelerates depending on the speed at which an object is moving. Geez, I got a little bit of a scratch here. Based on that theory, if a person was in a spaceship traveling near the speed of time, or light, time would pass more slowly for them than it would for someone who remained on Earth. Essentially, the astronaut could zip around space for less than a week, and when returned home, 10 years would have passed for the people that had left behind, making it seem to the astronaut like they'd time traveled to the future. But while most physicists accept the skipping forward in time in that way is probably possible, time traveling to the past is a whole other issue. One that Mallett thinks he could solve using lasers. The astrophysicist explained to CNN his idea for a time machine hinges upon another Einstein theory, the general theory of relativity. According to that theory, massive didn't we talk about this already? If you could bend space, there's a possibility of you twisting space, Mallett told CNN. In Einstein's theory, what we call space also involves time. That's why it's called space-time. Whatever it is you do to space also happens to time. He believes it's theoretically possible to twist time into a loop that would allow for time travel into the past. He's even built a prototype showing how the lasers might help achieve this goal. By studying the type of gravitational field that was produced by the ring laser, they could lead to a new way of looking at this possibility of a time machine based on circulating beam of light. I got to ask my buddy about this because he's like the genius. An optimistic Mallett might be about his work. His peers are skeptical. Yeah, basically these people are all going to be skeptical. Listen, I don't care what you say. Every scientist only believes what's in a book. They only believe what's in a book, not what they can come out and postulate or they can create a theory on. If they go, unless they're out there creating theory. But outside of that, anybody else who's there to be in an organization to study and they're there to know what's in that book, it will be a very hard, stubborn fight to get that person to realize that the world is not flat. The earth is not flat. No. Science tells us it's flat. Michael, what's up, my brother? I'm so glad to see you. No, the earth is flat. It's flat because all the books tell us it's flat. No, we have some new information that tells us that it's not. No. Well, Dr. Yamaka told us that. No. That's from Borat. No, he didn't. Because it's always going to be shifting, right? My man, Michael, how you doing? But this idea of a time travel, like that would be pretty sweet. I would love to have the opportunity to time travel and just to see a different era. If you could go to any time in history, where would you go? Michael, pipe in. Where would you go? You have one opportunity to go anywhere in the history of time. You could jump into a Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure time machine and go back in time. Where would you go? where would you go? I'm trying to think, where would I go? What time in history would I go? My first, like, my gut says I'd want to go to be around one of the greats, like Mozart or, you know, Beethoven, something like that. I feel like that's where I'd want to be. But I don't know. Maybe not. Where would you go? I'm going to shut this down so at least I can see some comments here. Michael's on. I love it. So you guys shoot me your notes to let me know where you would go in the history of time. Would you go into the future? Would you go into the past? You know, I probably do. If I had one trip, I could only just take one trip. And, maybe I would go back to like the first civilization just to see how they lived. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to think about that. Somebody let me know what they do. Cross, where would you go? What part of time? Maybe I'd go to like 1930s. You know what I mean? Like 1940s. 30s is crap. Like 1920s before the crash. I don't know. But I'm thinking, you know, somewhere in the last 100 years is when things actually happened. Before that, it was like Stone Age. Maybe Vienna, 1774. I don't know why I said that. So check it out. It's day 396 in a row, guys. I'm going to play some songs on the BeatSeat. I may do a couple instrumentals here to get my voice back because I got a scratch. I don't know why I'm scratching here. Let me play you something. How about that? All right. Are we live? I think I went BeatSeat, right? Yeah. All right, we're good. And of course, I don't have a pick. Remember that time of year where like my hands are all cut up from cold weather? I played this for you guys the other day and just reminded me how beautiful it is. I forgot. When you've written 150, 100, 200 songs, you kind of forget about a lot of them until you remember to play them. And when you do, you're like, you know what? I got to bring that one out more often. So guys, tomorrow night, SNL. I'll be live with you tomorrow night at 10:30. And that's going to be straight music night. Oh, was that one? Time on my sideways, looking from a mountain view. We should be thankful now. I will be waiting for glory, loving my every moment. My know my hopes. I know my dreams, eating you up inside. I know we grow. And take my arms and take my eyes away from me when take my everything. You're leaving me anyway. Yeah, yeah. I know we grow. I know. Oh, and I know my hope, and I know my dreams eating you up inside. I know we grow. I know. And take my arms and take my eyes away from me and take my arms and my eyes, leaving me anyway. Yeah. I know we grow. I know we grow. I know we grow. My back's hurting. Turned into an old man. My back, my neck, and my back. I gotta do him now.
It's Friday? You ain't got no job? You ain't got shit to do, man.
I used to do Chris Rock back in the day, or Chris Tucker. I may have to do him at some point too. I was thinking about Friday, maybe? Rush Hour? Ooh. Listen, sky's the limit here, guys, with the Faceswap. Just get ready is all I'm saying, all right? Variety show. Variety. This is the point. The show needs to be unlike anything else in the world. There is nothing else like it because nobody else can do it all and effectively create something that's like, okay, wait a second, what's happening tomorrow? Is there going to be face swaps? Is there going to be real talk? Is there going to be music? No, it's going to be all of it. It's going to be all of it. Not a little bit, all. And then the BeatSeat.
different. She's holding out on me. She's holding out on me. My lady keeps telling me one thing, the facts keep implying another. My thoughts give a vent to the fire, but I feel like you're blowing out this flame. She's holding out on me. Tried out my blues, she turned her back on me. Top story in news, she's holding out on me. She's holding out, she's holding out, holding out. Top story in news, she's holding out on me. She tied up my blues, she turned her back on me. I gave her the world, she turned her back on me. She turned her back on me. She turned her back on me. Yeah, yeah. Till that keeps turning me curveballs, long legs and sweet lips to cross my eyes. My thoughts spit the fan to the fire, but I feel like you're blowing out this flame. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's holding out on me. She's holding out on me. She's holding out on me. She's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out on me. I gave her the world, she turned her back on me. She tied up my blues, she turned her back on me. I gave her the world, she turned her back on me. She told me different, she turned her back on me. Oh yeah, she'll tell you different, but she's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out on me. 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 She's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out. She's holding out on me. Holding out on me. She's holding out on me. She's holding out on me. Alrighty. A little She's Holding Out on Me. I don't know if anybody had a chance to see that. But that song rocks. Anyway, it's Friday. I'm going to call it a quit. We're officially at 55 minutes. It's good enough for me, guys. I got another show to do. So if you're smart enough to figure out where that show is and what that show is and where we're going to be broadcasting, I will see you very shortly over there. And if not, I will catch you guys tomorrow here on Real Talk. SNL, you know what's happening. Saturday Night Live. We're going to be kicking it. Be playing some music for you on the BeatSeat, just like that. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. 397 tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love you guys. Have a great night. Have a great rest of your evening. Early tomorrow, and then I'll see you tomorrow night.